you guys? I'm back here once again, continuing our lineup for Beat Central Week today. And for those of you that are just tuning in, that is our football team is playing Central Crossing this week. Meanwhile, though, our soccer team just got done playing Groveport last night. I was there to broadcast that game, and Grove City won 2-0. So, how did it feel this practice today?
We're excited to get practice underway today. Yesterday in the Groveport game, although we're happy with the result, we weren't exactly thrilled with the way we played. We felt like we left a lot out there, a little pizza in the box. As I told the guys, I said, it's always nice to win the game that you don't play very well, and you have to learn a lesson from. It's a game that you still win. So, we're going to take some lessons from that and move forward as we go play tomorrow. We play at Carroll. It's another big match for us. After tomorrow's game, we're just about to the halfway point of our season. So, we're trying to hit our stride here and get ourselves ready for OCC play.
Absolutely. And before we get into OCC play, I want to talk to you about your significance on the rivalry. I know football is what you call soccer, I'm pretty sure. But our football team here is playing Central Crossing this coming Friday. So, as a soccer coach, what does that mean to you?
Being a guy that I went to Grove City, I graduated from Grove City, and I coached Central Crossing soccer for 5 years. So I've been on both sides of the fence, but I've always been a Greyhound at heart. So obviously it's a rivalry that's it's important to the school. And when I was in school, we didn't really get a chance to really play in football. Like the football teams never played each other like they do now. It was just something that never happened. So it's pretty cool that it happens now and that they play. But I know that since they really started this crosstown rivalry and playing on a yearly basis, I know it really hasn't necessarily gone Grove City's way. So I'm excited to see. Hopefully, that I think it will change come Friday. As a soccer coach, I remember when Central Crossing first opened and being a freshman on the varsity soccer team, and the first ever meeting between the two schools was in soccer. So I remember playing in that game and the excitement that was there was probably there was a lot of people at that soccer game. I mean, just because it was the first time the two schools met at any sport, and a lot of people didn't even really like soccer, but they came out because they wanted to see that event. So it obviously means a lot to both communities, and I'm excited to go over there and watch it on Friday.
And I think I asked you prior to the season starting, this soccer team does not play Central Crossing this year, but when you look at your schedule, would you consider wanting to play Central Crossing in future years?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we wanted to play this year. It was their turn to host, and unfortunately, it just it didn't work out. They had a full schedule already, and turned down the request from us to play, which is unfortunate, but sometimes just the way things go in soccer. I know that we've played consecutively for many years now. I think there was 1 year there, maybe in the mid-teen 2000s, that we didn't play, but for the most part, the teams have played every year. So yeah, it's unfortunate we didn't play this year, but maybe in the future that could change. If it does, great. If not, we look forward to playing whoever's on our schedule.
Absolutely. Now we go back to the OCC play. Grove City has racked up 3 straight wins going into tomorrow night. You guys beating Granville, Hilliard, Darby, and Groveport Madison. So, kind of tell me, with this win streak, what are you looking forward from this team?
We're trying to take it one game at a time, one practice at a time, one session at a time, and that Darby, the Granville game was a very good game, and we scored 2 goals in the last 9 minutes to come away with a 2-0 win, and then kind of carried that momentum into the Darby game, where I would say that was the best performance that we've had this season and since I've been here. So that the guys were hitting on all scales. So that was awesome to see. And then last night was I'd say a little bit of a letdown. I think coming off such a good win, we kind of the energy wasn't quite there like we'd like it. So we were looking to sharpen up one more time tomorrow. It's a big game for us. We try to break our game into quarters. So We didn't want to lose more than one game in that first quarter, and we didn't. We don't want to lose more than one game in the second quarter. So if we win tomorrow night, we basically already hit quarter 2 goals, and we're going into New Albany, our OCC foe, who has only lost one game in OCC play in the last 7 years, and has won this division consecutive years for a while now. So we're, to knock them off, we have to be at the top of our game. So that's what we're trying tomorrow. We want to win and sharpen up our skills, so we're ready to play that game against New Albany.
Absolutely. I'd like to go into Bloom Carroll first, though.
Yeah.
Like you said, Bloom Carroll is probably a tough test in your eyes. Kind of tell me though, what should Bloom Carroll bring to the table, and what do you expect come Thursday night?
Bloom Carroll is a hard-working team. They're just out there on the outskirts of Canal Winchester. There's a good club out there called Pride FC, so a lot of their players play there. There's a lot of good soccer out in that area in general. To be honest with you, I don't know exactly too much about their individuals yet. I'm actually going to go and scout them tonight as they play tonight and tomorrow. But I know that they're a good team, hard-working team. So the results indicate that that's going to be a tough opponent. It's not a game that you can just walk out there and think that you're going to win. Like, if we show up and play our A game, I would say we come away with a win. But if it's going to be tough either way, even our A game, I mean, they're a hard-working team, and they're tough to score on, and it's not going to be, it's not going to be a walk in the park. So we got to bring it, and it's a great opportunity for us to sharpen our skills and for our guys, like the week basically ends tomorrow. We give them Friday off, we give them Saturday off, and we come on Sundays and we do fitness and some what we call individual trainings on individual positions, and then we get ready for the week. So it's a big day for us, and it's a good way to end the week as we prepare ourselves for that big test next Tuesday.
That's absolutely right. And I would ask about New Albany, but I will let you guys focus on Bloom Carroll for the rest of the week. I know New Albany would be a very tough test. One loss in the OCC play in the past couple of years, but I will ask though, kind of tell me, I know you guys have to do some certain stuff, and you already told what you wanted to do, but kind of reiterate on what you want to do to make sure you knock them off from the top.
It's just, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to doing all the little things that we work on in practice. Showing up with energy, being focused, but also working on our defensive shape, good defensive principles in 1v1 battles, and then also in the attack, moving the ball quickly through the middle, staying connected with our forward lines, and trying to create overloads and mismatch. And then when we get opportunities, a big thing that we preach here is that you have to take your opportunities when they come. It's soccer. Sometimes you don't, and especially in these matches where you play better teams, you're not going to get a ton of opportunities. So when you get them, you got to put them in the back of the net. And so those will be our focal points going into that OCC game next week. And we're leading off with we play they're probably the favorites to win the division. So you get to play them right off the rip, first game. So it'll be a tough test. But on top of, obviously we want to win, but either way, it's going to be a great measuring stick for us to know where we're at this point in the season. We're 4-1-1, hoping to win tomorrow, be 5-1-1. That's a great start. But that game's going to be a big-time measuring stick to find out who we really are and where we're going to line up or rank up in comparison to all the other teams in Central Ohio. But it's also going to be a great opportunity for us to send a message to Central Ohio that, we're for real, that we're a good opponent and we should be respected as one.
And I would like to add on, so from an OCC standpoint, I know we got the Dogs and New Albany, Hannah Lincoln, you got Pick North, and just kind of tell me how you want to approach each and every OCC opponent.
Well, they're all going to have to be. We have to approach them all with respect, and our OCC. I don't know, in football I know there's a lot of good teams, but in soccer, that OCC division is arguably the toughest one in all of Central Ohio. I mean, there's a lot of really good soccer in this city, but as far as, like, for example, last year, between Gahanna, between New Albany, between Westville Central and Pick North, I mean, you've got 4 top 12 teams in Central Ohio, and I believe 3 of those teams were top 5. New Albany was number 1, and I think Westville Central was number 3 last year. maybe even number 2. So you're talking some of the best teams in Central Ohio are in our division. So every game you have to show up, you have to give your opponents respect, and you're going to have to bring your A game if you want to get a result.
Absolutely. Well, Coach Gleason, do you have any final words on the rivalry this coming Friday or your team moving forward?
Just go Dogs. Looking forward to getting a win tomorrow and moving to 5-1-1, and then coming and supporting the Dogs Friday at Central Crossing.
Alrighty. Well,
All right.
Go Dogs.
Thank you, Aiden.
It was another great one.